Well then, avast me hard. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Hello, hello. It is I. Hello, it is me, Average Crow. So I'm trying something new, and I'm in the career mode of the game. I've been watching a lot of this channel that I recently found. I'm sure he's been around for a little while, but it's a channel called City Planner Plays. I'm also really big into City Skylines, and so I found that channel, and it was kind of interesting to see someone with a like a who their job is literally that, and there's a game about it. So it kind of got me thinking to start a channel, or not a channel, a playlist, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Called just to totally steal off of him, Theme Park Manager Plays. For those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you, except for the bros that I talk with on Discord, I'm actually in real life. I'm a manager at a theme park. I'm not going to say which park or which company or any of that, but that is what I do in real life. So I've got a lot of actual inside knowledge, I guess, and I thought it kind of be interesting to take that and run with it. And I primarily do in this game, custom scenario, just the sandbox editor and all that stuff, and make parks, and we'll get back into that. But I thought it might be kind of interesting to look at the career mode of the game and see if we can't actually do it. So obviously the scenarios in Planet Coaster aren't, they're not the most realistic setups, but I still think I don't know. We'll see what happens. It might be nothing. It might be something. Who knows? So I guess is it park management? Okay, well, here's this. We'll get to that later. How do I find... objectives. Okay. So we need to get 800 guests. We're almost there. We need to build a second ride. And, wow, only 9... Okay, so really it looks like the overall goal is... Oh, and I should probably... hang on 2 seconds. Okay, I figured it'd probably be good to turn my cursor around so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. Looks like overall the goal is to have 1,100 people in the park and have a balance of 15 grand. So let's see what that looks like. Apparently I've selected a palm tree. Oh, over here. Okay, cool. Moving right along. So Planet Coaster actually has a pretty intensive management window, UI. I don't know. It gives you a lot of insight into what the guests are thinking, the demographics of your park, your staff members, financial summary, all your rides, your marketing, and then those are all expanded by the tabs up here, and it gets pretty detailed. This is honestly, this is not unlike what you would actually see. You break down what you purchased, what you spent money on, and then you compare that to your revenue, and that ends up getting you a cash flow. It gives you a bottom line, which for right now is $8,040. I'm not sure how the game calculates park value. If anyone knows, please let me know. That'd be great. I would assume that it's some kind of average of assets contained within the park, but I'm not exactly sure how it calculates that. Research, whatever it is, what it is. That's research is a fancy way of saying let's find manufacturers and buy something from them. Research isn't really a thing, but it is a game mechanic. Marketing, absolutely a thing. The marketing campaigns that you can do, most of them fairly irrelevant. The ones that you're going to see in real life are some TV commercials, but these three right here are the bread and butter of today's day and age. Viral videos, aka TikTok now. Gulpy videos. I'm not sure. Gulpy is an in-game brand. And then banner advertisements, that's be things you'd see on the side of Facebook and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Anyway, your staff overview, these are the ones you can hire. You've got janitorial, custodial, park services. You've got your mechanics, which there is a wide range of mechanics, but they're all in one group here. Your security, and then finally your vendors, and then a whole slew of entertainers. That's not the entire thing. The vendors all are lumped into one category, but you're talking about your food and beverage services. You're talking about your merchandise, games, ride attendants, lifeguards, all that stuff. They kind of all lump it up into here. Same thing with mechanics. You've got electricians, but then you would also, like, for your buildings and such, but then you would also have specifically ride electricians. You have auto mechanics, you have ride mechanics, you have steel shop workers, you've got HVAC people, you've got mortar people, masons, sorry, not mortar people, masons, wow. So they kind of lump it all into here. And then same thing, custodial, that's janitors, that's your park services. There's a whole bunch of different things. Like I can't hire a park washdown crew in this game because that's not a thing. But the park does have to get washed down. So, it's a generalization, but still gives you the overall spread of what you see. The guest tab, though, we'll come back to this. The attractions and shops tab is basically just in a very quick overview of what all you have, and you can change things. It's mostly convenient for making quick changes to things without having to go everywhere, but not that important. What I really like, though, is the guest tab. And there's two parts of it. Graphs will be available at the start of May. Okay, there should be 3, but the graph, whatever. What's really nice about this is that it breaks down your 3 primary demographics, and that's your adults, your teens, and your families, which is absolutely true. And then you get to see what they are spending on average on your different parts of the park. Most of the time, rides and attractions in most parks, those are just free. Also, I'm going to pause the game so I don't lose things while I'm talking about this. So those, whatever. Some, carnivals, some parks, yeah, you do pay per attraction, but typically that's not the case. But then you've got your retail over here, your food and beverage, and I guess ATM withdrawals, sure. But what I found interesting about this is that it doesn't have, it doesn't show you what groups are. Well, okay, this is one thing that's missing. I suppose is why it's not here. Is this game assumes that everyone is buying a ticket to come into the park, or the park may be free admission. One thing, if we ever get a Planet Coaster 2, I would love to see a management tab for handling different types of admission, where you can have people get season passes and things like that, or annual passes, or whatever park chain you go to. I think that'd be really interesting. And then overall, it kind of groups everyone into. This is all your guests in general, what they are in need of right now. But then there's also the guest thoughts tab. This is really interesting because even though this is a fictional version of how this would work, where you're literally kind of going into the minds of the guests in the park, this absolutely does happen. They're called... Oh, I just got an email. Apologies if that came through the video. There are things, and they're called different things at each park or between different companies. But if you've ever been to a theme park, you probably got some kind of a survey asked of you. And believe it or not, those actually really, really do matter. Those surveys get taken into account for a lot of major decisions that happen in the park, because the higher ups and corporate, at least I'm making assumptions based off of what I know and making assumptions that other companies do the same thing. But we look at trends and we see what people are drawn towards, what they're drawn away from. It's not so much going to be the people who are like, oh my god, you should build this gigantic new roller coaster. That's really not it. It's more like, how many rides did you get on? What was your experience like at this gift shop or at this food stand? Were the coasters enjoyable? Were the rides enjoyable? Was there a wide variety? Were there things for your kids to do? And we look at all those trends, and that influences essentially what the park's 5-year plan is. Further than that, you can at any time email or send a contact inquiry or whatever they are, pretty much to anyone at the park, and those do get read. My inbox is filled quite often with guest commentaries, some good, some bad, some suggestions, all of the above, and those actually do get read by real people. So this tab is really cool for that, because like one of the things I see right away is there's a lot of one, it breaks things down in red, green, and orange, I guess. But if you look here, the queue for High Seas was too full. The queue for Commotion in the Ocean was full. Those right there, I kind of want to go look at those rides and see what they mean, because if ride wait times are an issue, there may be something that we can do about that. And if I could actually click on the ride, thank you. So let's go ahead and play, or I suppose unpause. And, in a very generalized sense, let's see how our operations are doing. So, first things first. This ride currently has the entrance and the exit on the same side of the platform. So, do you notice how these people are all waiting now? They had to wait all the way until everyone exited out right here, because they all had to get off here, they had to go over here, and then they had to get out. Luckily, it didn't seem like it was too big of an issue, except for now that train had to wait all the way back there, because that's where I guess that's where they put the safety brake, whatever. So one thing that this coaster is not able to do is something that's called flush loading. And essentially what that means is that as soon as the train is unlocked, these guests should be able to go off of this side of the platform, and immediately then these air gates will be able to open, so that way you can load people onto the ride faster, therefore reducing ride wait times. I believe that the game mechanics don't really allow for true flush loading. I think that you always have to wait for the exit gate to completely close before the air gates open. But regardless, let's just go ahead and pause this really quick. If we were... Now, I'm going to have to close this in order to do it. We're going to make... So, maybe this is what the series will turn into. I'm just going to take things that are unrealistic in the game and make them realistic again. Maybe that's what this is. So, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this path because it's going to become an issue. And what we're going to do... We're going to close this guy down, and we're going to make people upset. So I want to, as soon as all these people go away, which actually we will have to cycle this really quick in order for this to happen. If I test it, will they just go away? There we go. All right. We played pretend, and I got them all off the ride. So I'm going to go ahead and move the exit to, instead of being there. Oh, it's set up wrong. Okay, so I guess you got to take the station. And instead of it being a same side entry and exit, we're going to make it a one side and the other. So now, let's go ahead and test it so we get our stats back. So now we're missing an exit. So instead of it being up here, I'm going to take the exit. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the station. And we're going to have to edit this building, because it's be hard to walk through a brick wall. And we'll is this flag... Okay. Is that flag really not part of the building? Because that would be upsetting. But it was, so we're good. And so is this beam. Cool. Bye. Great. Maybe we'll come back and make that look prettier. But anyway, the point is, now we can go ahead and we can take this, and I am a big fan. Here's a tip for making ramps. You'll see a lot of coasters and rides, they have ramps on their exits, and that is in order to be ADA compliant. So if you have a wheelchair, you can get up the ramp. If you put a straight piece of path on either side of your incline, and then you delete the incline and link it back up, you'll actually have a much more gradual incline. I like to do that a lot because it just looks cool. So anyway, then we'll go ahead and... The only thing is you will have to keep this top piece. You won't be able to make it a gridded piece because it's dumb. But, oh, maybe, you know, we'll do something like this. We'll put stairs on one side because that's fun. You would see that for sure. 2 straight pieces, connect them up, bam. And now we've got an exit on either side. And now we've got this little plaza thing going here. We're going to have to go ahead and make people upset because they're looking for the restrooms, it looks like. Don't worry, I got you. And there we go. Okay, so now we got our paths connected back up. And now we've got an exit and exit on either side. So let's go ahead and open this guy back up. All right, so our train is coming back in the station. And now everyone can get off here. They go right to the middle. Instead of these people who were in the back would have had to go all the way over here, past the front of the train even, to get to the exit over here. Now that closes, and these guys are loaded, and they're going to be on their way before that train ever even gets to the brake run. Now the other thing that I'm going to do, and I'm going to make people mad again, is we're going to go and put this back into test mode. I'm actually going to edit the track. And I know it's not perfectly straight, but that actually, no, we said we're gonna do it. We're gonna heckin' do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of that. And instead of this being a wonky curve, we're gonna go ahead and pull this up to here, and we're gonna add a block section right next to, and I want it to be just enough to where there's one friction brake. Great. Right up against the station. Okay, great. Here's another thing, too. With this game, when you adjust the lengths of things, for the block brakes, for example, the block brakes are going to give you these friction tires everywhere. You don't need those. You actually only need to have the one block section in order for it to actually act as a block in the game. I suppose I should probably explain what a block is in case there are people who don't know what that is. So a block section, actually I can't think of two things at the same time, so we're gonna, hang on, I'm gonna change this, and now we're good. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and let this start testing again. So, okay, so block brakes. A block is a term or a word used to describe different sections of the track. This is a big old safety feature. What a block does is it ensures that no more than one train, and a train, by the way, is when you had a bunch of cars all connected up. This makes a train. This is not a car. This is a car. One of them, that's a car. Put all of them together, and you got a train. So we're actually in test mode. We're going to get a good idea of what a block section does. So a block section, again, ensures that no more than one train can ever be on one block of track at the same time. So right now, we've got one train on the main course, and it's about to hit a safety brake. We've got one train on the lift. So where your watch is, that train just stopped on the lift. What that means is that the end of the lift is the end of a block section. So since the previous train was on the course, it means that it was occupying that block. So the computer was not letting the next train advance to the next block before that block was clear. So now if we watch again, same thing. The course is currently occupied by this train right here. It's going to come around through the tunnel. And now when it hits the safety brake, which in real life there'd be a transfer track here and yada, yada, yada. So now remember that block brake that I put in right here? As soon as it clears that, it tells the computer that it's safe. And the next train can now enter that block. So typically, all coasters will have at least these 3 blocks altogether. You've got your station, which is one, your lift is another one, and then the brake right before the station. Those are all 3 separate blocks. Some coasters you might have what's called a mid-course brake run, and there may even be some other ones, like if you look at a Wild Mouse, they will have block brakes all over the place. So it really just depends. But there you go, quick summary on block brakes. All right, so we got a train coming in. Going to go ahead and it's going to unload. And there they go. They're all coming out. Good job, guys. You're doing great. That happens all the time in real life. People get clocked up at the exit of rides. Gate closes. These guys load. And now that we've pulled this train, or now we pulled the brakes up a little bit farther, this train is already out the door, which means this train's going to be able to come right into the station. Obviously, the brakes are going to slow it down so it doesn't crash or anything. And hopefully, if this is all timed right, it'll clear the block. Yep, it does. Clear the block brake before this ever got over the lift. And now we've got a much more efficient ride. So now this ride will start being able to take some more people onto it because it doesn't have to wait forever, which is really cool. So there we go. There's one big fix. So let's see what our guests are saying now. So we got that. I wish this park had a drink shop. I wish this park had more rides. The queue for Commotion Ocean was full. Which one is that? That's this guy? Oh, wow. Okay. Here's another thing. A queue line this short would probably only exist in like a carnival or something like that. So let's go ahead, pause the game for this, and I'm just gonna add, I think this is the same texture. Yep. And we're gonna add some queue. Oh, I'm gonna turn everything on because I'm not going that crazy. Grilling on ground path. Yep, there we go. And we're gonna go ahead and add a switchback. Not to there. $5 for a piece of concrete path. That's great. Is that obstructed by what? Okay, thank you. And we're going to go all the way back, and now we're going to make people upset. And we're going to cut that off there. This rock is going to have to go. And then we'll go ahead and link those guys up there. Let's just move this rock. There we go. And now we can go ahead and open it once more. Now we've got a much longer queue. Should be able to accommodate a lot more people. I'm guessing that based on what is the capacity of this ride? Let's see. Did you even tell me what the capacity of each ride was? I don't know if it tells me the capacity of the ride. I don't think it does. Anyway, we could probably do quick. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arms, 20. So it's got 40 passenger capacity. I don't even know if you could fit 40 people in what this queue was before. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that going. That should alleviate that problem. I think the other one was people were saying there weren't any drink shops. Is that real? Is that real? Do we not have any? We don't. We've got one Chief Beef. Okay. So let's go ahead and fix that problem. And we'll go ahead and we'll add a drink. I don't have. Okay, I was like, what do you mean I don't have any? And yeah, you know, it's milkshakes, but sure. Am I going to be blocking any scenery if I put this here? I don't think so. And yes, I'm using an in-game blueprint because why not? I don't really like this being kitty corner like this. Again, another thing of the game is everything is individual. Food is one thing, drinks are another. Of course, you'd be able to get your hamburgers, cheeseburgers. Yeah, you'll get your burgers and drinks all in one. Obviously, there's one-off snack shops and things like that, but you know, we'll do that. So this is all on one side of the park, though. And it's kind of not by anything. So our main area is going to end up being over here, it looks like. So let's go ahead and throw... I want shops facilities. And we're going to go ahead and throw down... Oh, there are vending machines. I would like some more drink and... Oh, of course, I've got all the food options. That's all you get to drink is milkshakes. However, I am not going to put this directly across the entrance of a queue line, because what would end up happening is if this was right here, people are dumb and they like to make, unless you have some kind of barricade or stanchion directing the flow of people the way you want them to go, people are just naturally going to make straight lines. So if you had this here, people would make a line and they would start to go directly back, and that would affect the entrance of this ride. So we're going to go ahead and just pretend that the midway is going to continue over this way. I keep trying to use City Skylines commands and they're not working. So we're going to put this over here. I also don't want a dirt path in my park. Sorry, I just don't. So, yeah, it can have a railing too. Why not? So we're going to put a little drink shop over here just so people have something on both sides. Leave it like that for now. Also, how are we doing on money? Are we making money? Are we losing money? We're making money. Great. We lost money last month because I wasn't doing anything. But we're making money again, so that's good. Let's see. We needed 700 people in the park. Okay, so we're 800 people in the park. Okay, so we're still a little off from that. Building a new ride, though, that'll help. So let's kind of do two things at once. First, we're going to build a ride right in here. This is going to be a nice sight line. And I want something nice and tall that this tree won't obstruct as you're walking in. But I think having a ride right in here will end up looking really nice. So let's see. We could do like something like a scrambler. Obviously, for copyright reasons and things like that, they couldn't call the rides their real names. Some of them are close, but not all of them. Let's see. This might be kind of fun to have. Called the Rising Raptor. Ooh. Yeah, I think that'd be cool right here. Big old tower ride. So let's go ahead and do this. And here's what I like to do for my flat rides. First of all, I'm actually going to rotate it. We're going to put it so that way yeah, they're going to be right there. So the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm putting the operator right there on purpose. And that's because I want the entrance to go here. And I want the exit to go here. One operator rides. If you can, the ride operator, everything is automatic in this game, which is great. But they would most likely have to control these two gates manually. So if you put the operator close to both the entrance and exit, one, it helps for safety because they can monitor both gates at the same time. But then two, it helps with efficiency in operations because once they close the exit gate after the ride is cycled, they can then quickly walk over and open the entrance gate to load the ride instead of having to walk on complete other sides of the ride. So let's get this testing. And the other reason why I want to do that is because now with the queue, we can do a really fun thing that a lot of circular flat rides will have, and that is having the queue just go all the way around the ride perimeter. And then when we get up to here, this will be able to link up, make a nice little entry area to our Rising Raptor. How much fun is that? Let's see how much we're charging for this guy over here. We're charging $550. How do people feel about that? You say it's a good value? Cool, let's make it 6. And if that's the price for that ride, we could probably get the same out of this. Oh, they said $850. Let's make it 10. We'll see what happens. Cool. So, many guests are thirsty. We'll go. Guests think commotion in the ocean is a great value. Oh, cool. Well, then we'll make it even more expensive. We'll make it $7. Sure. Okay, people are thirsty. That sucks because I'm not really surprised. All I'm giving them is milkshakes. But it's fine. Let's go ahead and put a... Hey, you know what? I know this was originally the exit of the ride, but you would see a vending machine in the queue line for something. So let's go ahead and make this a little vending machine. Right there. Absolutely. That's a great idea. Good job, me. I made a good choice. Okay. What's next? All right, we got 2 rides. Now we just need 100 more people. So I think, since we just opened a new ride, let's go ahead and tell people about it. So we're going to do a TikTok campaign. Oh, it's not like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Okay, I remember in Roller Coaster Tycoon, you could select what you wanted the campaign to do. But, oh well, I guess I can't tell them that I wanted to approve or I wanted to include the new ride. But, oh well, there it is. There it is. All right, let's look at more guest comments. Let's see what they're saying. No toilets. No gift shops. Oh my goodness. Okay, and a place to sit down. All right, well, those are definitely some things we can remedy real quick. Let's start with the sitting down part. That's really easy. Let's grab some benches, and these look piratey, but there's no back to them. I don't like that. So let's use vintage ones. Yeah, sure. Those are nice and simple. Yeah, here you go. Park benches. I'm gonna guess that also means we probably don't have trash cans anywhere. So let's. Oh, I do see it. I do see a little trash can. Next time you're at a park, just walk around and just kind of look at the benches. You'll notice benches and trash cans. They are literally everywhere. You also notice a lot of them will get paired together. I don't know if that's ever on purpose or not, but I see it a lot. They'll be symmetrical in some places, but for the most part, they're just benches everywhere, all over the place, especially clustered in like this is a good little spot. Hey, look at that pirate battle, bronze star. All right, now we just need like one more ride, 2 more rides, and 100 more people. So let's actually put a bench or something like that over here. Pirate ship? That sounds cool. Put a couple pirate-shaped benches. Yeah, cool. And we can even give them little... Right position, snap these. We'll give 2 of them. Cool. Look at that. Let's keep going with some more benches. We'll probably do some plazas here and there. You definitely want benches by ride entrances because not everyone wants to go on them, which is sad, but you know, people can do what they want. So when you want it, we need to wait. This is where you can wait. And then let's see. We'll just put a whole bunch by high seas because I'm guessing. Yeah, we'll do something like that. We'll put some around here, and then we really need trash cans. And again, these are also just start looking around. You will see these things everywhere. People are being so gross with their trash. I do not appreciate that. Please keep my park clean. Entrances of rides, especially big rides where you gotta throw stuff away. Definitely gonna see some trash cans there. Little planters like this, I would anticipate to see them on all the corners. Most definitely. And they really, probably not in the grass. And then especially over here by our little, ooh, the bridge would be good. Oh, they already had one there. Good job, Planet Coaster. Well, they have one there too. Great. I just guess I'm just being redundant. But it's fine. Definitely by, wouldn't you be surprised if you saw something like that, just having a bunch of them in a row. Just throw your stuff away. Okay, that solves one. Now let's go get another one. Let's get people. And I think they have a blueprint for this. That's fun. Yeah, they got a little. Oh, this one. This one's good. Ooh, this will actually go really nicely with how the high seas looks. Go ahead and we'll put this guy. Restrooms you'll typically find a little bit. You're not going to find them like right up against the path. We'll be back a little ways. People don't want to just like, I don't know, smell a bathroom or something. I don't know. But that looks pretty good right there. Cool, 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 cool. Does it open right away? Is it two-sided? Son of a bitch, of course it is. Sorry. I don't know if I swear on my channel or not yet. So maybe I do. Who knows? All I know is that I do not want this to be double-sided. No thank you. Just one restroom, please. Restroom's got to be free, right? Yeah, okay, good. Use the same price for all of them. Yes, please. Okay. I know it's only one. Which one's busy? That one's busy. I'm surprised there are no gift shops. I'm thirsty. Toilet. High seas was full. Oh, yeah. That was the other thing that I wanted to do on this coaster before we left it alone. Same thing. The queue is exceptionally short. Especially for like a main coaster like this. But you know, we'll leave it. It's just this is all It's just all bad. But it's fine. People can do other things. Another restroom, perhaps. Honestly, yeah, probably over here. Ooh, can we just turn this into a restroom? We totally can. Nice, and I'm actually going to hide it. Nope, let me get that back, please. Let me add... Is this the right direction? Yep. And we're just going to hide that guy right in there. Yeah, I like that little path like that. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And then we'll add a little restroom sign to it. So that way, toilets. Beautiful. Great, I like that. What else? Okay, people said this one was busy. It's not too busy anymore. That's great. Okay, we've got 2 toilets now. That's fine. And then people actually want to buy stuff. How cool is that? That's neat. Gift shops. I think the entrance to the park is over here. It is. This should also 100% be a restroom, so we're going to make it one. And, yep, we'll use the same sign because it's piratey. This is a piratey park. Nope, not food signs. Thank you. Restroom. Is the path not connected automatically? Lame? Lame, 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 lame. Hello, hello. And connect. Connect. Plank, for the love of God. Oh, there's a railing. And bam! I'm a genius. Okay. So there's that. It's very quiet. This is our entrance. I don't like that. Let's get some music going. And we're gonna hide this, quote unquote hide. We're gonna hide the speaker up on top of the roof. I thought that kind of gave us like a little backstage path up here. That's cool. Alright, now when you walk in, you actually hear something. It's kind of quiet. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's there, I promise. Oh, but the other thing I was going to say is probably somewhere by the entrance, and I think right here might be kind of cool. Would be if we put in a little gift shop. Okay, it's got to be a custom one, but whatever. Oh, we don't have any gift shops. Cool. Sweet. So I guess we have to do this. Let's... Yep. Let's see if we can get... Oh, I can only do one at a time. Let's put it in the middle. Estimated research cost $202, approximately 25 days. Well, we've got 20 grand. Give me this and... Yeah, give it to me now. Anyway, how we doing? Oh, cool. We've got people. We just need rides. Sweet. So let's go ahead and continue a path down this way. And we're going to make it... That's the other thing with this game, too. Planco, for whatever reason, just always has these tiny little strips of path everywhere. That's also very not real. Sometimes, sure, you'll see paths, but you really see... There's places to walk everywhere. It's all over the place. There's so much walking to be had, and we're going to move this to the other side to accommodate for our new path, and we can put... I mean, if I was really going for it, this would be a whole strip of shops and things like that, but we're not focused on that right now. We need some rides. So let's go ahead and put in... Do I have the Troika unlocked? I don't think I do. No, I don't. We probably... Let's see, which one's more popular? This one or this? Oh, that one is. Okay, so we want more thrill rides. Let's do something... kind of... This one's really small, and I like it. So let's get this guy in here. It's also a cool visual. Put it up right against the path. Where's the operator in this one? That side. Okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and do just a general... Actually, we'll make it go behind the ride, too, because that's fun. Maybe we'll do some landscaping in there or something like that. We're going to do... That should be enough for this ride. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get it tested. Insanity. You know, the in-game names for these rides, not bad. Not bad. Cool. So we'll get that guy going. I'm going to guess we can charge quite a bit for it. It's at 7 now. Let's go to 9. We'll see. Are people complaining about this price at all? I want to go on Rising Raptor. I'm not queuing that long. Okay, no. So they're not complaining at all. Sweet. Do you have stats yet? Great. You can open it. Okay. Hooray. Another very unrealistic thing about this game is you can just go ahead and open a ride as long as it has stats. But that's not even close to real. Okay, so that gives us 3. We need to get one more ride. I don't think we have money or really the need for another coaster yet. So let's see if we can fit something small, maybe a little more kiddie in this little tuft of trees back here. I think that'd be nice. So maybe let's go ahead and put... Was the carousel too big? Probably too big. But is the small carousel too big? It's not. Okay, so that could be nice. This is probably too huge. Yup. Yep, okay. Venetian Carousel for the win. And... right there. Well, one tree got inside the ride perimeter. But... not unless you say just kidding. Cool. Okay, so you need an entrance and an exit. And for this one, the ride operator's there and the 2 staircases are there. So, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We can put this. It's not too far away. I know what I said earlier, but it's not that far away. And this is a pretty tiny ride. So, woo, it's gigantic. Sure. Why not? And I don't really want to have this one go all the way around because there's a lot of trees and things like that. So let's just have it kind of meander around the trees a little bit. Maybe we'll have it do a small little thing. I'll add some more trees over here. And we'll go ahead and call that the queue. And look at that! Bam. Okay. Go ahead and get this. Venetian Carousel 8. Is that how many I've built, like, in the career? I don't know. Money. Make it $5. It's old-fashioned. What's the final objective of this one? Just attract 1,100 guests. That shouldn't be hard to do, considering we're already at 1034. So let's just kind of see from a management perspective. Reveal research. What did we get? First aid. Lovely. Queue for high seas was full still. Rising Raptors really... Oh, yeah. Okay, that is another thing I forgot about this game that's really cool, is they take how the park looks into consideration. So, and the ride, sorry. So if you look at this, and for flat rides, it only is concerned about the queue line, but for tracked rides, like the coaster, it takes into consideration the track scenery rating as well. So if you look, this one has 100% queue rating. The Venetian Carousel, which doesn't have much around it, does not. So if we... Well, actually, someone's complaining about Rising Raptor, so let's do that one first. That's one is 31%, and that's mostly because of the restroom buildings. So let's add some stuff to it to make it look a little nicer. We'll add some rocks. And... let's go ahead and get some rocks. Remember to rotate and change up your rocks so that way it doesn't all look the same. I also like to sink them a lot lower in the ground because, you know... Oh! And... done. Okay. Well, that's exciting. That's the first scenario. It should be easy. So let's just try and take care of this one last guest complaint. That. Maybe there'll be some kind of visual here, but let's see. What does that get us up to? 100%. Bam. Cool. So now let's see if that takes care of our other guest complaint besides That being, and we can't do anything about not having gift shops. The litter is disgusting. Okay, that we can remedy by getting some more park services. And I know that you can do like zoning and things like that. I don't think I'm going to worry about that yet. If we get to a scenario that requires me to delegate, then I will. But I think for now, we are looking pretty good. So there we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted... Oh, yeah, it is. I wanted this. And... Litter's disgusting. Less people are thinking about that now. That's cool. And people are just saying that the queue for the only roller coaster in the park is a long line. What a surprise. But other than that, I think I'll take it. Let's kind of look at the overall. And let's see. So we've got mostly teenagers in the group, just barely outnumbering families. And for the most part, everyone's really happy. They're energetic. They're a little hungry, a little thirsty. It's not surprising because all they have is milkshakes and cheeseburgers to eat. Let's see. And they're actually pretty even across the board. Surprisingly, teenagers are spending the most, well, on roller coasters. Actually, no, that makes sense. And they're spending less money on food and drinks, which also makes sense. And the families are spending the most. And this is, so I suppose that if we kind of take the rides count into like an admissions type of thing, these numbers actually make a lot of sense. But anyway, families are spending this much money. And what I'm saying is that the game did a good job of representing that families are going to be spending less on coasters, more on flat rides, more on food and drink than the teenagers or the adults would. Now, if I had alcoholic drinks in here, this number would probably go way up, but we don't. So anyway, oh, and look, it's nighttime. So that's that. And I think we'll go ahead and just call it a day there. And we'll see what comes up of it. So let me know what you think, if this was interesting, and if you think we should keep going. I'm sure there'll be more things to discover in other scenarios. And we'll just keep having fun. And it's daytime. Okay. Sweet. This was fun. Talk to you later. Bye.